Food is so inconvenient. You look in the fridge and in the pantry to see what you need. You go to the store, you put the food in the cart, you get the food out of the cart to be scanned, you put the food back in the cart, then it's in the trunk, out of the trunk, in the house, in the pantry or fridge, back out of the pantry or fridge, time to cook, or in my case, microwave, eat, wash dishes, rinse, and repeat. The eating part is okay, especially if someone else is doing the cooking, but other than that, what's fun about food? If there were a pill to take instead of eating, I would wash it down with a chocolate milkshake. Lately, however, I've become obsessed with food. Not so much with eating it, but with the labels that appear on it. I've always had a thing with labels, I guess. In 2007, I followed the labels of my favorite items of clothing to their country of origin and hung out with the workers who made them in Honduras, Bangladesh, Cambodia, and China. I wrote about the experience in my book, Where Am I Wearing? At about the same time that this book hit the shelves, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's country of origin labeling, Cool Law, came out. From the USDA's Cool site, country of origin labeling is a labeling law that requires food retailers to notify their customers with information regarding the source of certain foods. Suddenly, the apple juice that I gave my daughter wasn't just apple juice. It was product of China apple juice, as were the canned mushrooms I added to my frozen pizza. My idea of gourmet cooking. The bananas were Costa Rican, the blueberries were Chilean. Our freezer had fish from Vietnam and shrimp from Thailand. Our fridge was a United Nations of calories and becoming every bit as global as our wardrobes. I wrongly assumed that this big old country of mine, thanks to the tropical waters of Florida and Hawaii, glaciers in Alaska, and everything else in the middle, allowed us citizens to feed ourselves. I supposed that salt-of-the-earth guys like my grandpa and my dad worked the land, and bawdy sailors like the ones on the Discovery Channel's Deadliest Catch trolled our coastal waters for seafood. I naively assumed apple juice was from Washington State, and shrimp came from the shrimp boats that I saw in Key West, where I had worked as a dive instructor years before. I was wrong. The amount of food we import to the United States has doubled in the past 10 years. 86% of seafood, 50% of fresh fruit, and 20% of the vegetables we Americans eat come from another country. In total, we import 319 different types of fruit products from 121 different countries. Authors like Eric Schlosser, Fast Food Nation, Bill McKibben, Deep Economy, and Michael Pollan, The Omnivore's Dilemma, have educated us about how industrial our nationwide food chain has become. Thanks to their research, we know that the average food item travels 1,300 miles from the field to our plate. Works like these and films like Food Inc., Super Size Me, and King Corn have launched the grass-fed, local, and organic movements. While total U.S. food sales grew by less than 1% in 2010, the organic food industry grew by 7.7%. Bragged Christine Bushway, CEO and Executive Director of the Organic Trade Association, in an April 21, 2011 press release. Consumers continue to vote with their dollars in favor of the organic choice. These results illustrate the positive contribution organic agriculture and trade make to our economy and particularly to rural livelihoods. But there's one trend growing faster than the organic food movement: the global food movement.